Imagine strolling through a dark park at midnight until you realize you're not alone. 10 years ago, during summer break, in a small town in Louisiana, my friend, let's call her Jess, and I were bored and looking for something to do. It was midnight and we had no plans, so we decided to go to the local park, a quiet, empty place at that hour. We wandered around, enjoying the cool night air and the soft sounds of crickets, until something caught our eyes and made us freeze. On a worn picnic table in the middle of the park, we saw a strange figure, crouching in a very odd way. The creature was dark, almost black, and it looked unlike anything we had ever seen. It had the body of a horse, but its face was human, and it sported huge, bat-like wings. It stood about 10 feet tall, and I could hardly believe my eyes. I remember thinking, "What the hell is that?" as I stared in shock. Before we could even speak, a terrifying scream shattered the silence. It was unlike any scream I had ever heard, a sound that sent shivers down my spine and made my heart pound like crazy. The scream echoed through the park, filling every corner with a deep sense of dread. Jess and I were paralyzed with fear for a moment. We stood there, our minds racing, trying to understand what was happening. Then, as if the creature sensed our fear, it slowly stood up from the table. The sight of its dark, looming form made it clear that we were in real danger. We knew we had to run. With nothing more than pure terror pushing us forward, we bolted from the park as fast as we could. Our lungs burned and our hearts raced as we sprinted through the dark streets, not daring to look back. We knocked on doors of nearby houses, desperate for help, but every time someone answered, they shouted at us to leave. Their voices, full of fear, made it seem like our presence was a bad omen. Finally, after what felt like hours, local police arrived. They looked at us like we were making it all up, but I could see the worry in one of their eyes. They took our story, but nothing could erase the fear of that night. Even now, years later, that night in the park still gives me goosebumps. That dark, twisted creature, a strange mix of human and horse with massive black wings that turned an ordinary summer night into pure terror. I still feel that bone-deep fear every time I remember it.